Hey guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm doing a review of the Wizard's Tarot by Barbara Moore, and the illustrations are by Micah Janssens, and wow. I'm already a fan of whatever it is that Barbara Moore creates, but yeah, this deck is pretty awesome, which is why I want to share it with you guys. So this is the box, and you can see it is a rather large box. I actually got it for a better deal on the Amazons. I did not pay $30. Okay, and here is the back. And you can see that if you wanted to keep it in here, it'd be very safe, and it's got that nice magnetic closure that a lot of people like. I do not have my cards in here. I keep them in a little pouch just because this box is rather large, but you know, it's a nice box, so I don't want to get rid of it, you know, so I just have it in like my little collection of like nice boxes. But anyway, the deck of cards would sit in here, and it's got a little ribbon so that you could take it out, and then there's a neat little picture of like the I believe it's the Ace of Wands in there, which is pretty cool. And then we have this pretty far out dragon. Okay, so let me put that aside, and then let's go ahead and grab the book, which Barbara Moore, she's always got herself like a legit book. You know, so that you could put this on your in your bookshelf if you wanted to, and it's got a lot of really good information. I do like to take a gander at the guidebook because although I do read intuitively, I like to see the point of view that the creator and artist had, and like why they decided to create a particular deck. And sometimes there are keywords that they use in here that I may not have in my tarot repertoire, so I like to add those in. Okay, so here you go. This is your author, and you have your artist. Okay, and yes, these are nice glassy pages. And there's your table of contents. Oops. And it starts off with the introduction. And by the way, that is the Queen of Cups, and you'll see that when I take you guys into the cards. It gives a little ditty about that, a little bit about tarot and wizards, just a lot of background information on the deck itself, which I find very helpful. Like I said, I want to get the point of view of the creator, and then how you could read with the cards. Of course, you know, everybody's kind of on their own. You could do what you want. There's keywords in here. So, you know, if you are a beginner, you know, I think Barbara Moore always has great guidebooks that accompany her decks, and the decks are pretty close in symbolism to the Rider-Waite-Smith. And although I know that's not the only system out there, it's a system that you know, it has a lot of information. And of course, there are others as well. But, you know, if you wanted to start with that system and you wanted to start with a deck like this, I think that, you know, using this guidebook, it would be helpful. Okay, and then you got a lot of information on each one. You can see it's full color. Just, oh my goodness, it's so pretty. And of course, going through the entire deck, and there's that Queen of Cups again. And then here in the back, we have some spreads. And I always like to try out at least some of the spreads that were placed in here by the creator. And that is all, folks. Okay, so let's put this off to the side. And let me grab my actual deck, which is right there. And we'll close this up, put her over here. So I have this cool little pouch that was gifted to me that I keep my cards in. Keeps them nice and protected. It's got a nice little satin finish in there. Okay, so these are your standard tarot size, which I believe is, let's see, 4 1/4 by 2 3/4, I think, if memory serves me. But yeah, it's your standard size. But here is that same image that you saw on the inside of the box, is the back of the cards. And yes, you can see that there is a shine to them, but that's because they are treated so that they can stand the test of shuffling time. And as far as cardstock, I mean, it's not super thick, but I wouldn't consider this like super thin either. It's kind of like in the middle. So if you are a, riffle shuffler, this would shuffle pretty well, but also if you're side shuffler, this would be fine too. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into the deck. Okay, so here we are starting off with the moon. I've used these quite a bit already, so they're not going to be in order because it is a working deck, and I never put my cards back in order unless I'm going to like have the deck leave me. And I don't want it to leave me because it's like I said, it's a great working deck. So you can see it's a lot of fantasy and but like I mentioned before, a lot of the symbolism is true to the Rider-Waite-Smith. But like I said, I know that's not the only system out there. I would say this is like I don't know how I would consider this art style, like maybe fantasy meets romance novel meets, I don't know, like Harry Potter. kind of somewhere in there. A lot of really beautiful images, but I also love the expressions, and I like everything that's going on in the card. There's like a lot going on, and for somebody who's an intuitive reader, I like to see depth within a card, so that way I can always get maybe something a little bit new depending on the person that I'm reading for. And they're so, I mean, the camera is really not doing it justice, but the colors are very vibrant. And I've been doing a variety of readings. Like sometimes there are certain decks that I feel are better suited to particular topics, and I feel this one is pretty universal. I feel like, if somebody needed to do, like let's say myself, needed to do a little bit of shadow work, I could do that with this deck. If I wanted to look into my relationship, I would use this deck. If I wanted to look at steps to moving forward in my career, I could use this deck. If I wanted to look into family and all that stuff. So yeah, like I said, this is pretty universal for me. But of course, that's just me. I know that not every deck works the same for every person, and that's because we're all different. We all have different perceptions, different backgrounds, and so decks tend to work with us a little bit differently. But in my experience, I've really loved this for all areas. And also, I feel like it's pretty like to the point, but not in such a way where I feel like I'm getting beat up by the deck. Like it'll point out certain truths, but I feel it's just more inviting to, okay, so those are the truths. So now I can start looking into maybe steps that I could take moving forward. Whereas some decks, it just like lays it out super raw. And you're like, okay, well that hurt. Like just ripping the bandage off, right? And took all the fur with it. And I do have decks like that because sometimes you need a little bit of tough love, but for me, this is not the tough love deck. It's the here's some love, but here's some truth, and let's get her done. I love that hangman too with the hands in the water. And like I said, there's just like so much going on in these cards. It just sends my intuition dancing. The High Priestess, though. Oh my goodness. Beautiful World card. And there's just like so much in here. Like I feel like I could, like I should be watching the movie of this. Like I feel like this could be a movie. Well, I mean, movies are basically based on our lives, and that's what tarot is anyway. So on the Eight of Swords, see, that's interesting because it looks like she's actually holding the rope herself, which is, yeah, well, I guess that's true to the meaning of the card. And this one, so like I said, a lot of symbolism is it's there, you know, traditional symbolism, just maybe like reimagined. And your last one, which is the Five of Pentacles. All right, let's zoom out. So what I like to do, and what people seem to enjoy, is I like to do a little mini reading. So hey, not only do you get a deck review, but you get a little mini, just general reading here at the end. So this is just kind of like, you know, hey, if this reading connects with you, awesome. If it doesn't, that's fine too. Maybe parts of it do, and you know, and I hope that it helps in any way. So let's just do a little 3-card reading, just so how you can see how I read with this deck. And one more card. There we go. Okay, so put this up here. Alrighty. Interesting cards. Okay, so we have the Hierophant. Let me bring this up here for you. Looks like he's got a lot of math and physics going on back there. Not my favorite subjects, by the way. And then we have the Hanged Man. Okay. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Love the little bunny. Okay. So let me put these all together. Okay. For this, I'm more thinking about the way that we take care of our bodies. You know, when it comes to health. And of course, you know, everybody's diet and exercise program is going to look a little bit different because we all have different, you know, capabilities and needs, you know, for our bodies. And me, I'm I'm a track and field coach, and I also have a personal training certification. And so, you know, I'm well aware that there are different abilities and limitations and things that, you know, people need in order for their health to move forward. And so when it comes to your health, if you're looking of, you know, just feeling a little bit better, or, maybe you're looking to get a trainer or whatever it is, to maybe look at taking care of yourself in a little bit different way. Usually when people say, like, I'm getting in shape, like the first thing that comes to mind, like what I hear from people is like, oh, I gotta start running like 10 miles a day. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, and if you hate running, why would you do that as a means to take care of your body? You want to do something that you ultimately enjoy, but also benefits you somehow. So it's just kind of taking a look at what it means to be healthy in a different way. So if you are the person watching this or persons watching this who has decided, maybe this is the time of year, or now is the time where I want to start taking care of myself, I might suggest reaching out to your doctor, reaching out to trainers, nutritionists, people that you could talk to and share like what your ability level is, what your actual needs are. Maybe you don't want to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, you just want to feel better, so you're not going to need the Arnold Schwarzenegger program, So anyway, that's just a little mini reading. I could probably just go on, but that's just how these cards are. I feel like it's just like talk. But hey, my family calls me Jabberjaws. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you have the Wizard's Tarot and how does it work for you? Like, do you feel it's a heavy hitter? Do you feel that it's very universal? Do you feel it's too fluffy? Like, what has been your experience? And do you pair this with oracle cards? But because I do. And just, any comments in general. So anyway, that's it from you, spiritual homies. I will catch you later. If you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding, ding, ding notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a reading from me, head over to www.kittenswaitsandtarot.com. I have a lot of different types of readings. I even have conchomancy readings. I've been reading seashells since I was, I don't know, probably like a preteen. I also have bracelets that I make, my room and body sprays, my salves, my travel witch altar pendants, my ancestral altar pendants, and my rainbow bridge pendants for your furry, feathery, scaly loved ones. And I also have my Wally's World Oracle, which was community created and community funded. So definitely go check it out. And I have a totally free newsletter. So once a month, at the first of every month, I send out a newsletter. It's got witchy DIYs, arts and crafts DIYs, channels that I'm watching, decks that I'm using, crystals that I'm using, herbs that I'm using, a lot of different stuff. And if that interests you, go ahead and sign up. It's absolutely free. That's also on my website, kittenswaitsandtarot.com. And I only hit your inbox once a month. I don't send like promotional stuff and all of that. I just, the first of every month, that's it. And if you want to throw a little love my way, think about joining the KWT tribe over at patreon.com/kittenswaitsandtarot. For as little as $1 a month, you get lots of freebies, but it definitely helps out the channel so that I can do more for you guys. All right, so that's it from me, spiritual homies. I will catch you later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.